If you want to learn how to get your first pull-up so that you can do this, then this video is for you. Today, I'm going to be giving you all of the things that you need to know and the exercises that you need to do in order to get your first pull-up. Be sure to watch through this full video to get tips on how to execute each of these movements correctly, and then you can view the description box and get a 4-week free program that's going to help you be able to do a pull-up. In order to be able to do a pull-up, we obviously are going to need some upper body strength, a lot of core strength, and really good vertical pulling strength. I'm first going to teach you guys about the core exercises that you will be doing every single week during this program to make sure that your core strength is strong enough to help you get your first pull-up. The first movement we're going to cover is a hollow body rock. As you can see here, you're going to be laying on your back with your arms overhead and your feet out in front of you, and you want to think of making your body almost look like a banana. You want to make sure that your lower back is flat on the ground the whole entire time, and you are really keeping your core tight. Make sure that your arms are directly overhead, straight arms, and your feet are together. Squeeze them together. That's going to help you engage your core, and you're going to rock your body up and down. Up and down. This is where we get the name hollow body rock. This movement is going to help you maintain that strong core position when doing a pull-up. The next movement we're going to practice is a single leg raise hanging from the bar. So you are going to be hanging from the pull-up bar, and you're going to lift one of your single legs up as high as you can. The goal is to try to make an L shape. If you can't do that, the goal is just to raise it up as high as you can. Bring your leg back down. Alternate each leg. You want to try to avoid swinging on this, so make sure that you are really controlling your breath and keeping your core tight when doing this movement. It's going to take some practice, so I would recommend going easy on yourself first, maybe lowering the rep scheme to try it out and get the hang of it, but I promise over the weeks to come, you are going to get so much better at this movement. Next movement we're going to do that is going to challenge this, it's going to be a more advanced version, is a hanging leg raise. So you're going to be hanging from the bar with your feet together, and from here the goal is to raise both of your legs to this L position and bring them back down. And once again, you want to avoid as much swinging as you can by really focusing on squeezing your core. So focus on your inhales and exhale as your feet are coming up to that L position. The next movement we're going to focus on that is going to help with that vertical pulling so that you are really strong when it comes to doing your first pull-up is a lat pull down. If you are in a gym where you don't have access to the machine, or you're at home, you can absolutely use the band. Tie it around something stable above you, and you want to make sure that you have enough tension in the band so that when your arms are fully extended overhead, the band is not super loose. You're going to focus on taking the band and pulling it down to your chest. You want to make sure your hands remain right outside of shoulder width, because this is going to be the position that you're going to be in when doing a pull-up. So it's good to practice being in that position when doing a lat pull down. As the weeks go on in this program, as you'll see in the description below, you're going to want to increase the weight with the lat pull down. Like I said, if you don't have the machine, you can always increase the band resistance. So maybe you grab 2 bands, or maybe you grab a heavier band. The next movement to build a strong back is going to be the dumbbell row. You're going to want to grab 2 dumbbells at a relatively moderate to heavy weight. You want to make sure that your feet are shoulder width apart. You're going to bend at the hips, lowering your body so that it is parallel to the floor. You're going to then bring your dumbbells towards your belly button and think of driving your elbows back. This is going to make sure that you are engaging your lats, which is the big muscle group that you're going to need to use in order to get your first pull-up. When you're doing this movement, make sure that you're not swinging your body around. You want to try and keep it as strong and stable as possible so that you are really utilizing those muscles, and when it comes time to do your first pull-up, you will have the strength there. Next, we're gonna work on our grip. This is a fun one. So if you haven't seen my last video that I made talking about how to build confidence with weights, you definitely wanna check that out and also implement the movements in that video, because they're gonna be so helpful in building a strong grip in order to do a pull-up. I'm also going to share with you 2 movements that we'll be doing here in this video to practice getting your first pull-up as well. And these are called bar hangs. Some people call them a dead hang, a bar hang, but you are essentially going to grab onto the bar and you are gonna hang from the bar. Each week, we're gonna challenge ourselves by increasing the duration that we're hanging from the bar. So the first week, we're gonna start with just a couple seconds, then we're gonna try and push it each week. The first type of hang we're gonna do is a completely passive hang. You could call this a dead hang. So you're just gonna be hanging from the bar. You don't have to focus on activating any muscles. You're really gonna feel this in your grip and you're just gonna hold on for dear life and hang. The second type of hang that we're gonna get into, which is gonna be so important with doing your first pull-up, is an active hang. This one's a little bit more challenging because what you're going to do is you're going to hang from the bar, focus on pulling your shoulder blades down so that you are activating these muscles back here, your lats, and holding that position. So you're gonna feel a lot of tightness, you're gonna feel a muscular burn, your muscles are gonna be very engaged, and you're gonna hold this for the given duration of time as well. This is super important because this position right here is the very first position that you take when it comes to getting your first pull-up. So the goal is to get as comfortable in each position of the pull-up as we can. We're then gonna move into scapula retraction from the bar. So you're gonna jump back onto the bar, hanging in this dead hang position. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go into that active hold where you are then pushing your shoulder blades down so that your back is engaged, your lats are engaged, and then you are going to raise them back up, sinking your body down so that you are now in this dead hang. Then you're gonna repeat that going into an active hang, to a dead hang, active hang, to a dead hang. And you can see here on my back, my shoulder blades are going to be moving up and down, up and down. Just like the active hang, this is also the first step that you take when doing your first pull-up. So we wanna make sure that you feel very comfortable and strong in this position. Next comes a very fun movement where you're going to be doing a pull-up. These are gonna be your banded pull-ups. If you're at a gym that has a machine where you can place your knees on it, you can also use that machine, but if you don't have access to that, you can grab heavier resistance bands and loop them around a bar and practice doing pull-ups this way. You're going to want to loop the band over and pull the opposite end through the band so that it's hooked onto the bar really tight. Then you're going to want to place the band around one of your feet at the very bottom of your foot, hold on to the bar, and then once you're completely hanging there, you can move your foot off and hang with the band around your foot. From here, you want to wrap your free leg, the leg that doesn't have the band around it, on top of the leg with the band so that you prevent the band from flying around or potentially snapping and hitting you. From here, you're going to practice your first pull-up. You're going to go through the motion of pulling your scapulas down and engaging your back and pulling your chest up to the bar. Goal is to start with quite a bit of resistance so that this feels easy. It doesn't feel incredibly challenging. Over the weeks, we're gonna lower the amount of resistance and increase the reps that we're doing so that you can get your first pull-up. These movements are going to be so crucial on your journey to get your first pull-up. We are going to work on our core strength, work on our vertical pulling strength, and get a very strong back. If you need help, please feel free to DM me, shoot me an email, leave a comment here below. I would love to hear your progress each week and how things are going. Be sure to check out the description box so that you can get your first pull-up and get the whole 4-week plan for free from me. I do want you to know though, if on the first week you cannot complete all the movements, repeat that week. The goal is to continue to repeat each week until you can do each movement confidently. That way you will be on track to getting your first pull-up. I can't wait to hear how it goes. If you need any help, I'm always here for you. Let's get it.